Now, I figured I've reacted to a bunch of different hurling videos, like montages and all kinds of stuff, but I figured it's time to actually learn the rules.
The rules of hurling. Hurling is an Irish sport, played with two teams of 15 players each.
30 players, that's
huge. The game is played on a field that's generally a maximum of 145 metres by 85 metres.
That's
These
decent
are the goals,
size.
which are 6.5 metres wide, and the crossbar, which is 2.5 metres.
2.5 meters. Is that the same height as the soccer one? I actually have no idea. I don't know if is that the same height? I really don't know.
Above the ground. Unlike in football, the posts extend above the crossbar, just like in rugby.
6.5 meters
goals
wide.
And field dimensions are used in Gaelic football.
Oh, it's our bins.
The object of the game is for your team to score more overall points than the opposing team.
I feel like that's a common objective in sport. Score more points than your opponent. I just feel like that's common. That's commonplace.
To score, a player must use his stick, known as a hurley, to hit
there
a
you
ball,
go. Learn something
known
already.
as a sliotar, into
Learn again.
the goal.
Terminology.
If they successfully hit the sliotar under the crossbar and into the net, this is a goal and is worth 3 points.
Yep.
If a player hits the sliotar over the crossbar but between the posts, this is a point and this scores 1 point.
Bang.
The game is played in two 30-minute halves for a combined playing time of 60 minutes.
That's so quick. That's such a quick game. It's over in an hour. I assume they play stoppage time. I don't know if he gets to that or not. But that's so quick. Like, again, I'm going to relate it back to AFL where I come from. We play 4 30-minute quarters. It's actually 20 minutes, but they have like stoppage time, which usually ends up meaning the quarters are about 30 to 34 minutes long. Damn, that's a quick game. That's just over and done with in like an hour and a half.
High score at the end of time wins. Any game that results in a draw must be replayed.
Even regular season games. All the hurling fans will help me in the comments below. So even if it's a regular season game, you replay it the next week. That must stuff your schedules up so much. But I think this is an old video too. But help me out down below.
Surely it can't be that simple. Well, it's not. There's a lot of things you can and can't do to move the ball up the field in.
Here we go. This is what I was waiting for. The actual technical rules. The juice. The sauce.
Hurling. You can move the ball by hitting the ball with the hurley out of your hands, hitting the ball with the hurley along the ground,
or bang,
kicking it along the ground,
oh huge,
or lifting up the ball with your hurley and then striking it. A player
can
can
pick it
also
up.
run with the ball if he bounces or bounces it on his hurley. A player can catch the ball with his hands in the air, and a player can hand pass to a teammate where you slap the ball with an open palm.
That's so cool.
However, a player cannot touch the ball on the ground with his hands.
Okay, you can't touch the ball on the ground. Is that knees or is that bum? Like what define on the ground? Because obviously NFL, you like to be considered down. Your knee or elbow has to be touching the ground.
A player cannot throw the ball or throw their hurley. A player cannot take more than 4 steps with the ball in hand. And a player cannot play the ball from his hand to his hurley more than twice.
Okay.
Therefore, he's only able to handle the ball twice in one possession. There are 15 members of the opposing team who are trying to take the ball away from you so that they can score themselves. They are
bro, did you see that? Bro, he could have knocked those guys' teeth out.
Opposing team who are trying to
look
take
at
the
this.
ball away from
Look at
you
him.
so that they can score themselves.
Whack!
They are
Oh my word, he could have killed him. That would have been a huge smack in the mush.
allowed to make shoulder-to-shoulder contact so long as the opponent has possession of the ball, or, if no one has the ball, be shoulder-to-shoulder to the opponent nearest the ball. They are also allowed to use their hurley to block shots or prevent you from shooting. Games
Simple.
are generally high-scoring and fast-paced, but there's a few other things you'll need to understand before playing or going to a game. For example, puck. A puck is a restart in play, usually after a foul or if the ball goes out of bounds.
Okay.
If the ball goes out of bounds, a puck is awarded at the nearest line. If the ball is hit out of the end line by an attacker, the defending team gets a puck out at the 65-meter line.
Okay, that's just going to really confuse me because I'm an ice hockey fan and I'm used to the thing that they play with called a puck. So a puck is like a restart. Okay.
If a foul occurs, a free puck is awarded either at the spot of the
Free
foul,
puck.
where the ball lands after a foul, or at the 20-meter line for fouls inside the 20-meter area. Foul. If a player commits any of these infractions...
Okay, let's have a read. Push, kick, trip, hold, strike, or jump at an opponent. So basically, if you just touch them without the thing. Hold them. Okay, you can't go from behind. Okay, that's interesting. If you push a player, charge or interfere with an opponent who has or is moving with the ball, deliberately touch a player with the hurley. So if you whack someone, reach for the ball with the hurley over another player, or if you throw the hurley.
A foul is assessed,
Okay.
and the other team is awarded.
That's quite simple compared to the number of rules in, say, AFL or NFL, where there's just heaps of things you can't do, like heaps of different, but interpretations of rules. So, for example, I'm not even going to go into an example from AFL because there's so many complex ones where there's like a rule, but there's variations of the same rule. So it's really broken.
Possession of the ball by way of a free puck. Just like in football, a player can also be cautioned or sent off the pitch for serious offences. Penalty puck.
Ooh,
If a foul
here we
was
go.
committed on a player with a legitimate chance to score, a penalty puck,
A penalty
similar to a
is
free-kick in
awarded.
soccer, will be given to the attacking team. The ball is placed on the ground at the 20-metre line, and all other players must be 20 metres away. There is one goalkeeper and 2 defenders defending the goal. The player is allowed to lift the ball off the ground and shoot the ball once.
Oh, jeez.
Any goal-
Imagine you cop one of them in the shins from 20 meters away. Like, if we replay this,
the player
imagine that hit you in the legs from that distance. That would break your shins. How do these guys not wear shin guards? They only wear helmets, and I found out in one of my previous videos from the comments section, they only recently started wearing helmets. How many of these players, this is another question I have, how many of these players don't have the correct number of teeth? Like, ice hockey players don't have the correct number of teeth. A lot of them don't. But how many hurlers around the world don't actually have the correct number of pearly whites in their mouth?
player is allowed to lift the ball off the ground
Like,
and
look,
shoot
just
the ball
whack!
once. Any goals scored count towards the overall score.
There must be so many Irish
Substitution.
people with
A team
broken
is allowed to
knees.
substitute up to 5 players per game. Very similar
5
to
subs a
football, the players
game.
must wait in the substitution area, and players must enter or exit at the designated area only, and only in a stoppage of play. To the uninitiated, hurling seems like a strange sport to understand, but once you understand the rules, it becomes a great sport to watch.
My goodness. That was a very jam-packed video. It's a shorter one here, but that was jam-packed. There was a lot of information that I just had to consume. Hurling looks fun. It also looks brutal. I know I've asked for a help on some comments, but I want to hear some stories now. If we get enough comments, I will read them out in a separate video dedicated to hurling, like a Q&A almost. But instead of it being question answer, I'll just read out stories from hurling across the world. Whether you be here in Australia, because I know we've got leagues here, according to some of you guys, or from the heartland of Ireland or Northern Ireland. I don't really know the accent difference. Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. Have an amazing day. It's a shorter video today. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. We're trying to climb our way in this beautiful internet, and you guys are helping us achieve that here. Have an amazing day. Sometimes you've just got to believe.